Hello chaps. Holy cow. Last night, the Back to the Beginning concert was fucking sick. I watched the live stream. God, the concert was so fucking cool. So many bands on there. Some of them I didn't know, and they were great as well. Like, God, what a set list. Mastodon, great. Anthrax, great. Rival Sons, great. Hailstorm, great. Lamb of God, great. Who else was there? Pantera, great. Tool, Slayer, Metallica. All of it was so fucking cool. Well, except the Guns N' Roses part. That was one of the worst things I've ever heard. But holy crap! What an event! The concert, well, the live stream started at 3 o'clock in my time anyway, and finished at like midnight. It didn't even feel like it was that long, to be honest with you. Such a blast to watch. The only two things that I didn't like about it were the Guns N' Roses set, because they sounded terrible, and there was a lot of issues with the stream itself. There's audio cutting out, buffering, and all sorts of things. I don't know if that last part was just on my end, because I was watching it on my phone and streaming it to the TV. So I don't know if maybe that was what was causing problems. But later on in the day, when it's starting to get late and I didn't want to hog the TV, I started watching it on my PC, and I didn't really have any problems after that. God, all the most of the bands were great. Pretty much all of them. They would do a few of their own songs and then finish out with a Sabbath song or an Aussie song. Some of the best ones were Mastodon. They did a cover of Supernaut. Rival Sons, their cover of Electric Funeral was great. I'd never heard of this band before, but that singer, God, he can sing. Anthrax with Into the Void. Lamb of God with Children of the Grave. God, that was amazing, that one. I didn't get to see much of Alice in Chains' set, because that's when I was having a lot of problems with the stream. But I did get to see a rerun of Fairies Wear Boots, and that was great. Pantera's set was great too. They did a cover of Planet Caravan, like they did on their third album, or whichever album it was. That song was really great to listen to. Tool did a cover of Hand of Doom, which is fucking sick. Slayer absolutely crushed it. They did a cover of Wicked World. Guns N' Roses did the most Sabbath covers, unfortunately. They did 4 tracks, I think. They did Never Say Die, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, It's Alright, and Junior's Eyes, I think. Yeah, that Guns N' Roses set was very hard to watch. Axl sounded... God, it was rough. It was rough. And the fact that they came after Slayer was also rough as well, because Slayer absolutely destroyed it. They had crushed it. And then Guns N' Roses come on and it's like, oh. But after Guns N' Roses, we got the Metallica set. Oh my god. First, they actually started off with a Sabbath cover, which the other bands didn't really do. They saved it until their last song. Each set was about 15-20 minutes. Metallica opened with Hole in the Sky, which is one of my favourite Sabbath songs. And then they obviously did some of the bigger songs, you know, Master of Puppets, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Creep and Death, I think they did. They also did a cover of Johnny Blade, but I mean, it was alright, but that Hole in the Sky, that was fucking sick. And then we got Ozzy Osbourne. He came on the stage in this throne, this black throne. I know I'm pretty sure I heard he couldn't really walk anymore because of his Parkinson's, which is very, very sad. But him in that chair, his singing was still on point. For him, he did a pretty good set list. He opened with the song I Don't Know. I love that one. Mr. Crowley, Suicide Solution. I love Suicide Solution. He did Mama I'm Coming Home. That was so emotional. People in the audience were crying. Honestly, I was on the verge of crying. I didn't, but I was on the verge. And then he finished his solo set with Crazy Train, which is great as well. And then the almighty Sabbath came on stage, opening up with War Pigs. Oh my god, bro. The bloody sirens that they use in the track, they played them. Oh my god. The atmosphere was so good at this gig. I would have loved to be there in person if I could have afforded it. But yeah, they did War Pigs, NIB, Iron Man, and naturally finished off with Paranoid. Literally, the only thing I would change about this set is that they finish off the set with the song Black Sabbath. I think it is an absolutely missed opportunity. They absolutely should have played this track. I would have rather they swapped NIB with the song Black Sabbath, or preferably just do them both, but maybe they couldn't, I don't know. But God, the atmosphere for the whole gig was just amazing. Seeing all of the audience with devil horns in the air, fucking bumping their fists in the air. God, what a sight. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think there's some other things I didn't mention. There was a surprise appearance by Jack Black. He wasn't actually on the stage. It was, I think it was a video, because, I mean, I imagine he's a very busy man. I'm pretty sure he did Mr. Crowley, which is great. Jack Black is such a great singer. There was also an appearance by Jake Lee, which I am very surprised they managed to get, considering let's say the drama. That's a whole thing, but the whole thing with writing credits and stuff like that. But there's also Steven Tyler. He came on. He did a few songs. I think he did. They did Walk This Way, naturally. I think they did another song. I can't remember what it was called. And he also did a cover of Whole Lotta Love by the Zeppelin, which was great. But Steven Tyler sounded really good on this set. I know I heard, I don't know how long ago it was, but Aerosmith were playing and Steven had lost his voice apparently and he couldn't sing anymore. But he seems to have recovered and he sounded great. He sounded way better than Axl, let me tell you. But God, I know I've already said it, but the energy on this gig and the atmosphere, God, all of the bands that came on, they were really paying tribute to Ozzy and Sabbath. Like I say, they wouldn't be here without him. And well, it's absolutely true. They kicked off metal, didn't they? Aside from the Guns N' Roses set and some of the streaming issues, God, it was just perfect, man. I loved every second of it. I wish I could have been there, but wasn't meant to be. I think I covered everything I wanted to say. I was actually going to record this video after the gig, but as I said, the live stream anyway, I know the live stream was delayed a bit. The live stream editor ended at around midnight, so as soon as I finished, I get straight to bed. But this is the morning after. If I think on it, such a great set, bro. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Massive fucking goodbye to Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne. You might have heard he's talked about possibly making songs still, but playing live, very, very likely the end. Even though that's what they said last time, but I think it's the end this time. Right, that's all I want to say. Love you, Black Sabbath. Gonna get back to working on the Black Sabbath tier list. It's going to take a while because I do write a script for it. Not a lot of people do for a tier list, but I do. Yeah. See you next time.